Hello, team. Today we're going to review how to look up invoices from supplier statements when we have access to the invoices online. So there are a handful or more than a handful of suppliers that we have online access to our accounts. SNS Activewear is one of them. So as you can see here, I emailed our team saying, please access the missing invoices at snsactivewear.com. So we'll click on that. So the first thing we're going to do is access the statement online because we want to figure out first which invoices are missing. So we'll click on Account Dashboard. All of the login credentials for our suppliers are located on the vault. And we should have the link to the vault already. So click on Account Dashboard, we'll come over here to My Account and Account Statement. So here are all the invoices on our statement, and we want to verify if those invoices are already in Aturian. So we want it in Excel spreadsheet, click Download. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an XLOOKUP to compare the invoices on the account statement with the invoices that are in Aturian. Okay. So here are the invoices on the statement and the PO number for each of those invoices. That's great. Now we're going to come over to Aturian and we're going to pull the AP report to see what invoices we have entered for SNS. So under the AP module, click on Reports. And we want 1025 vendor invoicing. The vendor is SNS. Now let's look at that statement again. So the earliest one was March 2022. Most of these are in May. So for our date range, do custom dates. And we're going to go back to March. In the book period, let's start it at the beginning of the year. Other restrictions, no other restrictions, so let's submit. Okay, so all of these are all of the invoices that were entered for SNS within the state range and these book periods. So we're going to click on this little Excel icon to pull that into an Excel spreadsheet. Enable editing. Okay. So now we're going to do the XLOOKUP to compare these two. So let's view. We want side by side. We're going to do statement. That's not the kind of side by side I want. Okay. Aturian. This is SMS. Okay, so here are the invoice numbers. So I'm going to create an additional column. I'm going to call it XLOOKUP. And I want I want to look up this invoice number in this statement. Okay, I'm sorry. We hit a snag here. So you don't want to add the XLOOKUP to the Aturian spreadsheet. You want to add it to the statement spreadsheet. I'm just going to highlight this here. Because we want to look up the invoice number from SNS in Aturian. I apologize for saying that backwards. Okay. So we're going to type in XLOOKUP, open parentheses, and the value we want to look up is the invoice number. And we want to look it up. We want to compare it to the invoice numbers in Aturian. So I selected the entire column B, comma, and then if there's a match, we want this to fill the field to change to the PO number. So then we have the PO numbers to compare. But if it's not a match, if they don't find the invoice number in Aturian, we'll do open quotes, not found, close quotes, and close parentheses. And press enter. So this invoice number was not found in Aturian. You want to copy this all the way down. You could drag it. I like to double click. Okay. So this wasn't found in Aturian. This wasn't found in Aturian. And this one was also missed in Aturian. Okay. And a quick glance at the PO numbers. Looks good. We don't worry about the O1 or O2. Okay. So now that we have this information, we are going to look for or pull down these invoices from the supplier website and get them entered into Aturian. Let's go back here. I'm going to move this out of the way, but you would save this. We'll go back to the SNS website and look at pay invoices. I'm not seeing a way to search them there, so let's look at something else. Okay, here we go. So you'll go to order history, track orders, and here is where you would look for those invoices. So let's look at the one up top, 32822. The invoice number is 102046. Nothing pulled up. And there's no PO number for that. So what we would do here, I think, is just do additional research by looking through the months. And then you could search by an amount. So this one, I want to go back to the vendor and ask them what this is about, because it looks like it might be a credit memo, but we would want to verify that. But let's move on to another invoice that was missing. So on 5/23, invoice number 55118865. Here's that invoice. We'll click on the invoice number and it pulls up. So now we have the invoice. We can download it. And here it is in PDF format. And we save it onto our computers and go ahead and enter it into a Turian for us to pay. Let's look up another invoice here. There's the invoice again. Click on the invoice number, download. And here we go. So that is how you use XLOOKUP to find missing invoices from our, and then access those invoices on the supplier website. This way you don't have to go back to the supplier and wait for them to send us the invoices. We can be proactive in getting our suppliers paid and getting our customers invoiced as well. Alrighty, as always, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.